Hello guys, and welcome to this new video. So we play against Yardbird. He's a GM, but yeah, it's Eric Lobron. Always forget the name. And we play. Still don't know which opening it will be. It's like a Pirk. Okay, A6. You wanna go B5? I cannot really stop that. Let's go G3 and bring the bishop to G2. So after B5. Don't have time to play bishop G2, B4, E5. Then we play C6. Let's just play simply A6, A3, bishop G2. So we are having a fight on this long diagonal. For the moment, his bishop is stronger than mine because he's hitting my pawn. But this might change. Okay, let's go Queen D2. I still didn't decide which way I will castle my king. Of course, it looks more inviting to go on the short side because the pawn already expanded on the queen side, but you never know. So knight e2, might prefer g4, knight g3. Okay, he reacts to the center, finally playing e5. So now we are kind of a tension here. Don't really want to take it. I will leave it as it is, but the pawn on e4 might be weakened after rook e8. I mean, adding a pressure on this pawn. Like if I go bishop d4, no, I mean, I really dislike what happens here. Let's go d5. Let's close the door. This bishop is unhappy. This one as well. The G2 A8, the H1 A8 diagonal, long diagonal is had a lot of traffic on it. This bishop on G7 is also unhappy. The knights are smiling now, looking for some interesting entry like the C5 square for the knight, though I would just rip it off. Okay, Queen E7. Can I still wait with my king? Can I play G4, knight G3, and launch some kind of attack on the king side for the moment and keep my king in the center as long as possible? It's always risky, but the position seems closed for the moment, and I'm kind of trying to force him to play the C6 move, weakening the D8 pawn. Just because if he doesn't do anything now, I will just slowly but surely bring my pieces on the king side. H5, so he's entering my first brawl. Let's go bishop G5, pinning the knight. If he goes Queen E8, it's a small victory for me, losing a tempo and bringing the queen on the bad square. Though I'm attacking, I'm straining pawn takes H5 as well. So yeah, he's moving the queen backward. Pawn H5, knight H5. Can I go bishop F3? Let's go bishop F3. Adding pressure on H5. So this bishop is finally useful. He has to react soon with C6. If he doesn't do anything, I will just take, long castle, and this is going to be an easy win. I mean, this king is really stuck on G8. It's not easy to see how to move the pieces with black here, really. I have a clear advantage. Maybe knight H7 here. Trying to force me to take some decision. Okay, if I take, he takes on G5, I take back. He plays bishop F6, queen G2, and G5. Oh, it's looking good. Bishop, pawn take H5 is looking already good. Okay, let's take. Of course, I would have loved to keep the bishop to attack the king, but I mean... okay, this is a good defensive move. Let's go rook g1. Okay. Taking
Check.
one time and bring the queen to g2. I defended pretty well. My king is stuck in the center now. The bishop on h6 is really well placed. Oh boy. He played better than me. He played better than me in the last moves. Bishop g4, trying to bring the bishop to e6. Don't really understand this move. Because now I want to play g5. Oh, I can't. But I can't. Can I play something like f4? If pawn takes queen f3, blocking the pawn. And then try to dance around with my knight. Okay, let's play f4. Then queen f3 and then castle. So it's a positional pawn sacrifice in order to get a square. The d4 square. It's a long castle and now knight d4 is coming. Bring the knight toward e6 or c6. Let's give a check.
Check.
Because after king g7, the queen is trapped. Isn't it a queen trapped? Oh no. Oh no. It's not. But now I can go e5 and continue the sacrifices. If he'd have taken with the pawn, it would have been perfect for me. But you could recognize my idea. Okay, let's bring the rook to e1 now. The knight to e4. The queen to
check.
c3 with a check. So if bishop f6, knight takes f6, queen f6, queen c7, check. And if rook f6, then I will play g5. Okay, the king goes backward. Okay, let's take. Let's take, and after bishop g4, I will go rook e7. Oh, but he has f3 check. Okay, rook e7. Okay, rook to h1 and rook h7. It is very stressful, guys. 49 seconds left, but I think I'm doing great with my 3 pieces on the 7th rank. He had to play bishop h5. I don't see him. He's a tempo away from queening. I mean, he can play f2, but he's missing a tempo to queen the pawn. I don't see how you can defend from those 3 pieces on your 7th rank now. I mean, rook f7, rook takes rook. Okay, it is a great win. Let's have a look. Wow, this game was great. This game was just really great. So, let's go back to the opening. So, g3. I mean, I'm moving quickly. The first move, so a3 to stop b4. Bishop b7, bishop g2. So as I said, this long diagonal had a lot of traffic on it. So developing the pieces, knight d7, queen d2, knight g6, h3. Defending the g4 square. Don't want this bishop to be hit. Castle, knight e2, e5. So now in many lines, I mean, if you, for example, castle, you're always exposing yourself to pawn takes, knight takes, and rook e8. And this pawn is really hard to defend. It's very hard to find someone else to defend that. So that's why I decided to play d5. So closing everything. I mean, long diagonal, the e file, and this long diagonal. So everything is closed. So queen e7, g4. So here, why do I play g4? I mean, I don't want to say if I will short castle or long castle, because it changed a lot, whether I put the king on the queen side or on the king side. So I thought, like, better play g4 first, I mean, I'm not weakening too much my king side, so I still have the chance to go short. And on the other end, it's giving a good square for my knight to come to g3 and maybe launch an attack on the king side. So I'm still keeping both options. That's why I thought I would prepare pawn to c6 and opening up the center to force my king to move somewhere. Played h5. I think this is a mistake because he's opening the king side here, and this is never a good idea because, as I said, I'm planning to go queen side. So bishop g5, pinning the knight, queen e8, and bishop f3. So finally, this bishop, which is my worst piece here, is having a job, and this bishop is totally dead. So I'm really having my pieces with more harmony playing together. Knight h7, pawn takes, knight g5, queen g5, king h7. A very smart idea to bring the bishop to h6 and forbid the king from long castling. Very great, very good move here. Decided to play rook g1, first line of computer, bishop h6.
Check.
I took, and queen g2. Maybe queen g3 was more accurate. But I have to protect the bishop. Now, knight f6, bishop g4, so trying to bring the bishop to e6. Knight takes, and bishop g5. Perfect square for the bishop, stopping the pawn from pushing and looking at c1. That's why I play here f4. f4, idea is simple. If he takes with the bishop, I will take back. By example, take. And here, my knight is better than the bishop. So when I will castle, I think I'm starting with queen f3. I will be able to bring the knight to d4. And this king is weak, this king is safe. And I will be able to dance around with my knight. So that's why it takes with the pawn. Now I'm bringing the queen to f3. I'm stopping the pawn from pushing, and I will be able to dance with my knight around. Here, he missed bishop h4. Very good computer move. Queen e5, long castle. And you can see here my knights really dominate the game. Rook e8, knight d4, coming inside, bishop c8.
Check.
Okay, but check. King g7, knight c6. I thought the queen was trapped, but she has the fc square. Now e5, first line of the computer again, giving a new square for the knight. So if he takes with the pawn, knight e4, and you can't keep an eye on your bishop. Like those two squares controlled, you have to go to f7, you lose the bishop. So again, it's sacrificing a pawn in order to give yourself a square. So rook e5, knight e5, queen e5, rook e1, a mistake. Had to play rook d1. To keep this one here. Makes sense when you see what happened in the game, but okay, we've been short on time. Queen d8, give a check. Take. Okay, rook h1 was ruining by the computer. Yeah, probably. It's probably better just winning the tempo after queen f6, queen h7, but okay. It's too complicated. Just want to see if at some point he was even winning. So now rook h1, bishop h5, the only move. And what was my answer? King b1. Okay, it was not direct anymore. It was really complicated here to finish the game if he did play bishop h5. But I had this very sweet 7th files team here with the queen and the two rooks. And this is checkmate in 6 moves. You cannot stop rook g7 coming and checkmating the king. So, hope you enjoyed the game. Thank you for watching the video. Goodbye.